Today on Educate the Culture, I just want to talk to the people. Just want to talk to the people a little bit about investing today. I get a lot of DMs about the stock market, a lot of questions, a lot of good questions, and some questions that I get allows me to know that a lot of people are suffering from financial trauma. So let's just have a conversation today. I want to talk to you guys about investing and some smart ways to invest and some ways to shift your mindset a little bit when it comes to investing in the stock market. So one thing I want you guys to start understanding is people get a lot of bad information from people who had bad experiences. And most people who had bad experiences were not experienced when they had that bad experience. I like to look at myself as a success story when it comes to the stock market. I'm self-taught. So, of course, I went through a lot of turbulence in the stock market, but when I went through the turbulence, I was uneducated. So that's why I went through that. And if I stopped right there, I would be someone else handing down financial trauma to someone else speaking or trying to get educated in the stock market. Being that I did not stop and I kept educating myself, I don't suffer from financial trauma when it comes to the stock market because I educated myself. So what I want to say, well, I'm really saying all that to say this. When you get into the stock market, most people who lost a lot of money in the market, most of them either A, didn't know about stop loss, where you can protect your money. You can set a limit on how much you want to risk investing. And when I say risk, don't look at it like a gamble, because anything that you invest in has some sort of risk to it. Now, what is your risk tolerance? That's a whole different story. So being that we have what's called a stop loss on the stock market can help ease the pain if something goes wrong. But most of the time when you're educated enough, you know when to get in and you know what to get in on. So 9 times out of 10, you're probably not going to lose any money. At this point, I don't lose money in the stock market. So it's kind of a lot of trauma when it comes to this. And most people don't have enough patience to deal with the stock market. There's so many ways to get in and so many things to invest in when it comes to the stock market, to where I'm so confused on why people don't educate themselves. So no matter what you like, if you like technology, if you like energy, if you like real estate, if you like healthcare, all this stuff is on the stock market. Especially the people who two types of people. The first one is people who like to save money. I say the stock market is the best place to store your money, not a savings account, unless you have a high yield saving account. But that to me is still cool. It's more elementary to me. And I'm not knocking no one who has a high yield savings, because I definitely recommend that versus just going to a traditional bank, housing your money there, where those people are using your money to do the same exact thing I'm talking about that you can do yourself, because the bank is flipping your money and making all the interest off of it and giving you peanuts. They making a whole loaf of bread. Imagine somebody making a loaf of bread with your money, but then giving you crumbs of the bread. Not even a slice. They're giving you crumbs. So storing your money in a bank, I just don't get it, unless someone can enlighten me. Other than transferring money to pay bills or swipe your card when you're out, I don't understand the purpose of a bank. Maybe something I'm missing out on. So that's one type of person I want to speak to. Like, storing your money in an ETF on the stock market is probably way better. I'm not going to say probably. Historically, it shows that it's way better than putting your money in a bank. It's 10 times way better as far as the interest you will receive off of an ETF, specifically the S&P 500. That's probably the safest place to store your money in the stock market. Now, note, I'm not a financial advisor, but I like to look at myself like a financial coach. So I like to coach people, educate people so they can do their own research, their own homework, and understand what they're doing with their money. Just having the education alone will help multiply your funds. The next thing is, there's a lot of people who, they look to real estate for ways to store your money. And I feel like real estate is a great place. It's a great way to store your money. It's a great investment. But what I do want you to understand that you could also invest into real estate on the stock market. And my real investors understand this. We know it's called a REIT. REIT. That stands for Real Estate Investment Trust. Look it up. A REIT. The great thing about a REIT, it operates like a stock, but these are all real estate based stocks, and all of them pay a dividend. And what a dividend is pretty much like an allowance that the company pays to their shareholders. So think about having a stock that can go up in equity just like a home, and then the dividends are paying you like you're renting the house out and you're getting rent. So as your equity in your home goes up, the renter is still paying you. So you're getting paid two ways. That's if you choose the right REIT, get in at the right time, and it depends on how much the dividend pays. Always understand how much the dividend pays. Please do your research on that particular REIT to make sure it's a stable company and they're doing the right things to elevate the shares that everyone have in the company. So I just want to have a little conversation, just some little small jewels I want to educate the culture with today to help heal from financial trauma. Stop being afraid. Stop being so scared to separate from that hard-earned $9 to $5 or hustle dollar you made. The dollars are made to multiply. Stop working for the money and start allowing the money to work for you. This is how we heal from financial trauma. This is Educate the Culture.